What's up? Welcome. Gonna try and knock this out in under an hour. Let's get into this right away. No intro. First tree unit. We got the tree material wisp, using it for evolving other uh, elements. That's pretty much all it's for. That and farming. First unit. First real unit. Tree steel wings. Tree steel wings. At 6-star, he gets a 20% accuracy boost. Good speed. I use him in a lot of places actually. He's pretty good against the water dungeons in Abyss. I think I got him on my Juggernaut team right now because I want this extra defense boost. It helps keep my guys alive through those waves. But Balance stance, grant all allies 3-turn defense up and attack up. 4-turn cooldown once he's skilled up. Skill 2 is slow. Attack all enemies. Has a 70% chance to inflict speed down. It absorbs action bar by 10%. Does attack all enemies, so during tunnel, it will eat up some of the action bar of all the allies, and it absorbs, so he is eating it, and it is boosting his action bar to make him faster. Poison Bolt, attack an enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 50% chance to inflict 2-turn damage over turn. Again, uh, damage over turn is good for a tunnel. Also, could be good if you are in need of a damage over turn unit that also buffs for your boxer team. Boxer team. Fire Clockwork, or not Fire, Tree Clockwork. Tree Clockwork. He is a support nuker. These are the units that I did not give enough attention to when I first picked up the game. Um, I didn't quite understand them at first. Now I do. Clockworks are all good. Skill 3, Godspeed. Grant all allies 2-turn attack up and speed up, and grant yourself 1-turn invincible. Cooldown of 4 turns. At 6-star, he does become an element crit leader, just like all the other ones. It is a tree-only crit leader skill. Skill 2, Shattering Throw. You throw attack an enemy, ignores enemy defense, damage based on your speed. So you want him nice and fast because you want him to go first anyway because you want him to throw up the attack up and speed up on all your allies. And then he's also going to have this invincible, so he's not going to take any damage for a whole turn while he's waiting to do this that ignores defense. So he's okay to have as a glass cannon, um, uh, like your territory war teams, um, as he can then ignore defense and just shatter a team to pieces. Most of the teams in territory war, they synergize together with all 3 of their units. You take one away, it makes it a lot easier to get through the other ones. And this is a really good one to just eat away a unit real quick. Attack an enemy and inflict 2-turn speed down, damage based on your speed again. Again, make him nice and fast. He can turn cycle, turn cycle, turn cycle. Tree Popo Rider. Leader skill of tree attack for 25% everywhere. Nice. 6-star, she gains to 20% accuracy. Skill 3 is a tailwind. Increase the action bar of allies by 30%. Also grant them 2-turn speed up. Love this unit. People are using her in the survival simulator for the water survival simulator because she is tree, obviously. Also, they're using her for the light one, I think. Light, and I want to say dark also, but I tried the dark one and it did not go well for me. So maybe just the light. I'll have to check in on that one. Skill 2, Popo Assault. Attack an enemy and inflict 2-turn defense down and attack down. And then swing. Attack an enemy has a 70% chance to inflict 2-turn blind. Decent unit. Decent little 3-star unit. She's really good. Decent speed too. Tree Dome Fighter. She is a nuker and she is good at her job. Guild Battle Resistance Leader, 25%. At 6-star, she gains an extra 20% accuracy. Walk-off home run. Skill 3. Attack an enemy. Damage based on your defense. If target's defense is lower than half of your defense, this attack ignores target defense. Give her a lot of defense, and she will just give pure damage to everybody. She is really good that way. Skill 2, Wild Pitch. Attack an enemy, inflict 2-turn defense down. So you can even make their defense worse. Increase 50% of your action bar each if it lands as the critical hit. Damage based on your defense. Nice. Consecutive Drive. Attack an enemy 2 times. Each attack has 1 turn stun with a 60% chance once she's skilled up. Again, damage is based on your defense. So you want to stack the defense on her. Stack, stack, stack that defense. Tree Hog Chef. HP leader skill all around. 6-star, she gets effect resistance, 20%. Skill 3, Reckless Charge. Attack toward an enemy and deplete their action bar. Deal damage equal to the HP you've lost. Fill up the action bar of all allies if the target gets killed by this attack. Otherwise, you will gain 1 turn of stun. Mm. She is really good if she has low health. She will do a lot of damage if you have her stacked. For more info on that, go watch the Juby video all about this girl. Skill 2, Bandage, remove incurable and another random debuff on target ally. Recover HP by 36% and grant 1 turn of defense up. 3 turns cooldown. Not bad. And then the charge, skill 1, attack an enemy, increase action bar by 10% of the ally with the highest action bar. Sorry. She is good in guild content. I don't really see her in dungeons or anything. More PvP. She might be a decent-ish arena defense team, maybe, if you want to be cute about it. Uh, but yeah, mostly guild content. Tree Sharpshooter. I have seen her in Abyss. I've seen her in Juggernaut. She can do a lot of power. She's got that 18 liter speed for trees. Improved sharp arrow, which is this one. Damage increase against HP worse units once she is 6-starred. Um, she does start popping off pretty hard. Bullseye passive. Your damage ignores 20% of the enemy's defense, which is why she hits so hard. And add an additional attack after your turn, so she gets a secondary attack, which deals more damage the lower the enemy's HP is. Well, that's just dirty, isn't it? And it goes up to 340% for that second attack. That's that's some pretty gnarly damage for a secondary attack. Attack an enemy and remove all buffs on the target. Again, high attack multiplier for a 3-star. And then we already went over the sharp arrow. Attack an enemy and inflict 2-turn defense down. She is one of the few sharpshooters that does not have the team up mechanic or the crit boost, but she works really well in conjunction with one. Really well. Really, really well. I like her with the dark sharpshooter. Tree Turtle Tank. Another good turtle tank. It's amazing. It's like they're all good at it. It's like I said that or something. I don't know. Again, decent speed once he is stacked up. 6-star becomes an elemental HP leader. So HP lead for tree only, I believe it's 25%. Heat Sink, remove 1 buff on all allies, decrease cooldown by 1 turn, and grant 2 turn speed up for all allies. Very good unit. I like having him go last in Juggernaut so that his Heat Sink is automatically working on all the units right after I get the boss to the first wave. Skill 2, Recoil. Attack an enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 70% chance once skilled up to stack 1 turn of taunt. When this skill is in cooldown, there is a 70% chance to counterattack when attack damage is based on your max HP, and you want this guy to be an HP tank. Air Cannon. Attack an enemy and have a 50% chance once skilled up to inflict a 1-turn stun. Damage is based again on your max HP. Great unit. He is good, like I said, in Juggernaut, good in Abyss, because he has this skill cooldown mechanic. Any units that have this mechanic are going to be good in there because they're going to get the skill 3s and skill 2s back, which are going to do more damage, which is the whole goal. Do more damage, get them dead. Tree Cult Dancer. She is not just a support. This skill can do some damage. Dance of Regen. Even the HP ratio of all allies afterward. Grant them 2-turn healing over turn and 3-turn shield. That amount equals to 52 times your level. 52 times your level. Skill 2, Duet. Remove all harmful effects on both you and target ally. Recover HP by 24% once skilled up, and grant 1 stack of Nullify each. 6 stars, she gains resistance, and she has a dungeon HP leader skill. She is a very good unit. I use her in a lot of places. Again, like I said, this solo, skill 1, attack an enemy, damage based on target's max HP, can do some decent damage, especially when she's with those other units that have that team up mechanic, which is what you're using in Abyss and in Juggernaut. And she has these extra shield and healing over turn and the nullify. Like, she has a good amount of buffs, especially if you're running a tree gunslinger, which we will go over here in just a minute. But she works really well in conjunction with the tree gunslinger because of all of her different buffs and her slow cooldown. Tree Bouncing Joker. Again, another one that I like. I really like this guy. At 6 star, he becomes a guild attack leader. Skill 3, Echo Slap. Attack an enemy 2 times, with each attack having a 100% chance to inflict 2-turn defense down. Afterwards, grant all allies 2-turn effect up. I do use him in my Juggernaut team. Sometimes. Um, there are some teams that I keep trying to fiddle with, and so I keep trying to get this guy in because I want him to work. I want him to do well in there. Skill 2 Trick. Recover the HP of all allies by 198% of your attack and grant them 3-turn crit dampen. And then Soft Slap. Attack an enemy and inflict 1 turn of attack down. This attack ignores enemy's defense. Good little unit. I like him. He's pretty decent in Siege, our territory war. Uh, don't really see him used too much anywhere else. Um, like I said, I'm trying to get him into my Abyss and other dungeon teams. Once I am able to, I will start doing highlights of just specific dungeons, and we can go over different units and different teams that I've got going in for those teams, for those dungeons. Tree Giant. He has a dungeon attack leader skill. Dungeon 25% attack. All teammates. At 6 star, he gains 15% crit rate. Empower. Increase the action bar of all allies by 20%. Also grant them 2-turn attack up and defense up. Skill 2 Body Slam. Attack an enemy. If this attack lands as a critical hit, apply 1-turn stun. Damage based on your max HP. Body Press. Attack an enemy and inflict 1-turn taunt with an 80% chance. Damage based on your max HP. Hmm. I think he will be really good for a budget box, boxer team. Yeah. Budget boxer team. He should be good in Abyss dungeons. I need to get one built immediately. I did not realize how good this was. This is this is a very good support unit that should be able to pop out a pretty decent amount of damage because you're going to want to build him as an HP tank. And he's got the crit rate, so you're going to give him crit rates, crit damage, HP tank, tanky bruiser. Yeah, guys, this is very good 3-star. Very good 3-star. Tree Euroleon. If you didn't watch Bagel's newest video, he's another really good 3-star unit. Comes an elemental resistance leader. This mimicry passive, skill 3, change your shell to adapt to the environment after being attacked. If the attacker's attribute is the same as the previous one, damage will be reduced by 50%. After being attacked 4 times in a row by the same attribute, use Splash to counterattack. Additionally, you are immune to defense down. Splash, attack all enemies 2 times and apply defense down for 2 turns with a 60% chance. Spike, attack an enemy and apply incurable for 1 turn with a 70-100% chance. Very good unit. He is good in dungeons. Go watch Bagel's video. You'll see where he's good. Tree Pumpkin Freak. 6-star, he becomes an elemental accuracy leader. Meh. Support nuker again. Skill 3 has the Earth Spike. Attack an enemy with from an undefensible angle. Inflict 1 turn of stun. This skill cannot be resisted and ignores defense, but receives a 30% penalty to crit rate. The damage increase based on your max HP. You have to get him over 100 crit rate. If you want this to always hit, you have to get him over 100 crit rate. A little bit of a pain, but you can do it. Pumpkin Shell, remove all debuffs from the target ally and apply shield for 3 turns. The shield is equal to 30% of your max HP. Rend, attack an enemy 2 times with a 60% probability to apply 2 turns of defense down for 1 turn. Little bit of a hard unit to use, but we're gonna figure it out. On to the 4 stars. 17 minutes. We should be able to get this in under an hour. Gonna be happy with that. 4-star Sky Police. I like this unit. 6 stars. She gets a dungeon speed lead of 25. Boomerang Disc. Tackle enemies 2 times and grant all allies 2-turn attack up and speed up. Damage based on your defense. Skill 2, Enemy Trace. Attack an enemy and inflict 2-turn mark. Afterwards, increase your action bar by 50%. Damage based on your defense. Shield of Law. Attack an enemy and inflict 1 turn of defense down with a 100% chance. Damage based on your defense. If you get attacked, there is a 25% chance to counterattack the enemy. I used her as my Boxer speed lead for a while until I switched over to a crit lead. I had her as my leader for the speed. She is a good unit for dungeons. She is good in... I use her to go first in some of my guild content. I have her as my first move for my attack teams. Um, yeah, she's a really good unit. I I I like her a lot. I think she could do well in Abyss and in Juggernaut too, if given the opportunity. I think she could probably do some good stuff there. Tree String Maid. Guild accuracy leader, 33%. Improved tea time at 6-star. She adds Nullify at 6-star. Cover HP of all allies by 26% of your max HP and grant them 2-turn attack up. And I'm guessing 1 or 2 stacks of Nullify. If you have one 6-star, do you know? I do not yet. Matches the HP ratio and action bar to the higher one between an ally target and yourself. That's our skill 3. And then skill 1, rolling shot, attack an enemy 3 times. Each attack has a 10 to 30% chance, once skilled up, to decrease action bar by 30%. Again, good unit. Really good in guild content because of the accuracy. Tea time, good skill. Gets the attack up, get the nullify. And she's able to protect a unit that's close to death. Or if she's close to death, she can heal herself back up with that. And this skill will work around heal blocks. Tree Ant Cannon. 6-star, he gets a crit lead. Flare, skill 3, attack all enemies and remove all buffs. This attack will not land as a glancing hit in an extra turn after using this ability. This is the one that I thought would be good for Boxer. And I was wrong. Grant all allies 2-turn attack up and crit up. This is why I thought would be good. But I was wrong. Uppercut, attack an enemy. If an attack on your turn, gain another turn with a 30% chance, or his violent mechanic. He's more of a PvP unit. I don't see anybody using him in dungeons really, but maybe. Tree Archon becomes a guild attack leader at 6-star. Passive skill, the Hidden. Create a 2-turn shield on all allies when the battle begins. Create a 1-turn shield on yourself when your turn starts. Increase the glancing rate by 50% and inflict a 1-turn speed down to attacker if you get attacked under shield effect. The shield amount equals to 70 times of your level. Chaos Surge, attack enemies 3 times randomly. Each attack has a 50% chance to inflict 2-turn defense down. This attack always counts as an advantageous attribute attack. It's one thing I've noticed. I guess all these Archons attack with attribute advantage. It seems. Attack an enemy 3 times. Each attack has a 40 to 60% chance to inflict 2-turn speed down. So he's speeding down, slowing down, another speed down, defense down. It's more of a, I'd say he's more of a defensive based unit. He got the guild attack leader skill, so he could be good in some territory war, maybe airship defenses. Again, Bagel just made a video on this guy also. Go watch it. It's good. Tree Bookworm. This guy is great. I love him in PvP content. He is good to clear waves in dungeons. He is just a great all-around unit. 6-star, he gets a guild attack leader skill, 33%. He has decent base speed. Skill 3, dimensional strike. Attack all enemies 3 times. This attack ignores target's defense. A lot of attack, a lot of crit rate, a lot of crit damage. Let him blow people up. Skill 2, concussive strike. Attack all enemies. Has a 50% chance to inflict 2-turn speed down and attack down. Skill 1, element bolt. Attack an enemy. Has 80% chance to inflict 2-turn incurable. Great unit. Great unit. Great unit. Tree Ninrat. Another great unit. Seen a lot of people using him for speed and high luck boxer teams. This skill 3 here, the windmill toss, attack an enemy 6 times. When a crit hit occurs, apply 1 turn of damage over a turn and increase your action bar by 10%, damage based on your speed. So he crits 6 times, he's dropping 6 damage over turns, and that is what the design is for that dungeon team. And then you're going to have the tree pirate, ghost captain come in and blow up all of the damage over turns. We will get to that guy here in just a second, but that is the basis of this team. Once he is 6-starred, he gets an elemental speed lead of 25. Skill 2, Wind Shear. Attack an enemy, inflict 2-turn speed down, and decrease action bar by 50%, damage based on your speed. I have seen a couple of teams where they are using two of these uh, Ninrats and two of the Ghost Captains and one of Bookworms there just to clear waves. One of the Ninrat and Ghost Captain is there for the mid boss, and the other one is there for the final boss, and they are just boom, 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 done. Engineer Robot, he is another bomber. He has an arena leader skill, 33% defense. At 6-star, he gains 20% accuracy, has decent speed to start. Skill 3, Gravity Bomb, apply 2-turn bomb and 1-turn stun to the enemy target. Then absorb 30% of the action bars from all enemies. Bomb damage equal to 455% of your defense. 455% of your defense once he is skilled up. Leap, jump towards an enemy with a probability of a 100% chance to extend all debuffs by 1 turn and shorten all buffs by 1 turn while dealing damage to them. Damage increase based on your defense. Defense-based bomber. That's kind of different. Deconstruct, attack an enemy and has a 50% chance to remove 1 buff, damage based on your defense again. And he has the arena defense lead. Okay. Tree Gunslinger. Tree Gunslinger. One of the best 4-stars in the game. Dungeon accuracy, 33%. Don't really use that. At 6-star, he gains an extra 15 speed. He's already at 89, so that bumps him up to 104. Once he is fully stacked, he's got a 109 base speed, which is phenomenal. But the true power of him is right here. This Magnum Tornado. Attack all enemies 5 times randomly. This attack has a 15% chance to ignore target's defense, and the chance increases by 5% for each buff on you. When attacking with attribute advantage, the chance of trigger is doubled. Okay, every buff is 5%. It's already at 15. Now, if he's going into a water dungeon, he needs to have 7 buffs, right? 7. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 15 is 50. Attribute advantage, doubled. 100%, 7 times, yep. So, get him 7 buffs, he will ignore 100% of the time. 100% of the time, he is ignoring defense. You get a couple of those cooldown reduction guys in there. He can do this over and over and over again. He is great for Abyss. He is great for Juggernaut. That is the idea behind him. He is a great Abyss Juggernaut. Just let Daddy go to work. Skill 2, Taser Shock. Attack an enemy, has a 100% chance to inflict 2-turn paralysis, speed down, and block. Skill 1, Fast Draw. Attack an enemy, damage based on your speed. Fantastic unit. Fantastic unit. Tree Bomb Man. Another fantastic unit. Fantastic. Tree mates get 33% accuracy. Leader skill. Fantastic. 6-star, he gains another 20% accuracy. He already has 93 speed. Skill 3, Surprise Cake. Plant a special bomb that explodes on the next turn, dealing damage equal to 1200% of your attack and shared by all enemies. While waiting to detonate, you can't counterattack or co-op attack. Being attacked reduces cooldown by 1 turn, and there is a 70% chance of glancing. So you want him to build really tanky, but he's gotta have a lot of attack, like a lot of attack. Mine has about 2,500 attack. One of my guildies has 2 that are almost at 3,000 attack. Does not need any crit rate. no crit damage. He does need to have a high resistance because he can be stunned, and if he is stunned, the surprise cake will not go off. Will not go off if he is stunned. But it does deal a lot of pure damage. A lot of pure damage. Skill 2, Detonator. Attack an enemy has a 100% chance to inflict a 1-turn defense down and 2-turn bomb. Bomb damage is equal to 360% of your attack once you are skilled up. Another good little bomb. I like running him with Tree Electro and my Dark Electro. Yeah, it's fun. Skill 1, Cherry Bomb. Attack an enemy and has a 40% chance to inflict a 1-turn stun. Great unit. I love using him against bears. Pure damage is the way to burn through those bears. Tree Ghost Captain. Another phenomenal unit. He has a 25% defense leader skill for all teammates. Skill 6 improves, or once he is 6-starred, he improves his ghost crew, which is right here. It adds a damage over turn mechanic to his ghost crew, attack an enemy, and deals less damage to all other enemies around. But his main thing right here is this catalyst. Attack all enemies and extend all debuffs on the select target by 2 turns, then activate damage over turn and bomb on all allies. So the idea behind him, you're pairing him with that Ninrat. That Ninrat's dropping 6 damage over turns. He's extending them to 3 and then detonating them. Then he activates them all. And he's just bleeding it to death. Literally just bleeding it to death right there, right then and there, just done. Dead. Gone. Bye. Have a nice day. Skill 2, Captain's Orders. Attack target indiscriminately. When attacking an ally, they will automatically gain a turn. When attacking an enemy, decrease its action bar by 100%. Great unit for Boxer. Great unit. Tree Puppet Artist. 6-star gains 15 speed, already at 94. That puts them up to 114 once she is stacked up. That's very good speed. No leader skill. Afflatus? Okay. Passive skill. Attack which would otherwise kill other ally will be prevented and grant you an extra turn. Basically, she is a passive. What's the name of that? Passive unyield mechanic. Passive unyield. Arm cover colors remove all debuffs on target ally, recover HP of all allies by 24%, and grant them all 1 turn. Dream Touch skill 1, attack an enemy, has a 30% chance to absorb the target's action bar by 15% and inflict 1 turn sleep damage based on your speed. She is good for arena defense. She is good for territory war defense, good for airship defense. Very good defensive unit because of this unyield mechanic. Very good unit. Tree Annihilator. He is great in the tunnel. I really like him in the tunnel. He has a tree crit rate leader skill, 25%. 6-star, he gains 20% accuracy. But here's his tunnel funness. Barrage, skill 3. Attack all enemies 5 times, with each having a 50% chance to trigger the following effects in order. Remove 1 buff from the target with buffs. Apply stun for 1 turn to targets without buffs. Apply damage over turn for 2 turns for targets that are unable to act. So if a target is stunned and he attacks 5 times, he is dropping 5 damage over turns with a 50% chance. But if you have enough accuracy, it's still dropping them all. At least most of them. You guys, I just got to get a lot of accuracy on these guys. A lot of accuracy. Most of the skills will activate. There is still small percentage chances on some of these, but most of them, if you got enough accuracy, they will activate. Skill 2, Spray. Attack all enemies. Has a 80% chance to apply blind for 2 turns. When hitting a target with damage over turn, reduce this ability's cooldown by 1 turn. There's only three 3 turn, and then that's glancing. Blind is improved glancing, which is again another good thing for tunnel because once you start getting into those higher levels of tunnel, when you get hit once, if they're not glancing on you, you're dying. Skill 1 Sting. Attack an enemy has a 60% chance to inflict 3 turn damage over turn. This attack ignores all buffs on the target. Again, this is one of those one of those units that eats through Unyield, eats through Invincible. Will eat through any buff they got. Doesn't matter. Tree Whiskcatcher, another one that is phenomenal in Tunnel. One of the better 4-star units in the game. 6-star gets a dungeon crit leader skill. Has the isotope entanglement. Uh, this is a passive skill. It doesn't say that, but it is. When applying a debuff to an enemy, all other enemies with the same attribute also receive the same debuff. Additionally, when attacking, apply 1 turn of damage over turn. When the enemy loses HP due to damage over turn, your action bar increases by 5%. Great tunnel unit. Great tunnel unit. It also has this courage strike. Attack an enemy 2 times with a 90% chance to apply oblivion for 2 turns. It is for targets with higher level than yourself, deal an additional 2% damage per level difference. Um, Not gonna lie, I thought about maybe just building one. Like I wanted to definitely 6-star it, but I thought about maybe just leaving it level 50 for higher level tunnel. But you don't need that damage that bad. I'd rather have the stats that you get from those 10 levels than having the extra 10%, 20% damage. Um, I prefer having this unit be really tanky, just having them apply those damage over turns and just letting the other units just die because of it. You know, it's a lot easier. Skill 1 Vortex. Attack an enemy has a 70% chance to decrease action bar by 30%. Really good unit. Really good unit. Another Assassin. Arena crit rate skill 25%. Gains crit rate at 6-star. Deholic. Deholic? Dep, dep, Depaholic? Dopaholic? Okay. The damage over turn effect will recover HP for you instead, and each time your HP recovered, your next attack will additionally ignore 15% of the damage, stacking up to 6 times and resetting after attack. 15 times 6 is 90% of the. Okay. Additionally, each debuff effect you have will reduce the damage taken by 5. This one might be pretty decent. So at least one of these guys is good. Cloak and Poison. Apply random to one to 4 instances of a 2-turn damage over turn to an ally target, then recover 18% HP for each debuff they have after using this skill. Gain 2 turns of stealth. Attack the target and apply 2 turns damage over turn to both yourself and the target. This effect cannot be resisted. He's a PvP unit for sure. Yeah, that's all. Just PvP. Tree bear. This bear is he's a dick. Not gonna lie, guys, he is a dick. Get that screenshot for my thumbnail. Oops, don't want to go past. Ooh, we're almost the last one. All right. No leader skill. 6-star. He gains 20% accuracy. Half asleep, half awake at the start of the battle, or at the end of your turn. End of the turn. Gain 1 turn of sleep. You will automatically wake up at the start of the next turn. If you wake up early due to an attack, you will counterattack and gain 40% action bar. If you wake up automatically, increase your max HP by 10% up to 5 stacks. So, yeah, this is a dirty passive. Bear down the mountain. We've read this one before. He gets the unyield, gets the crit up, and damage is based on max HP. It is an AoE attack. Hits for a lot of HP. Hits for a lot of attack power. Hits everybody. And he's got the crit boost. Skill 1 gigging. Attack an enemy 2 times, applying 2-turn defense down with a 50% chance each. Recover yourself by 30% of the damage dealt. Damage is based on your maximum HP. Fantastic unit. He is good in territory war, airship. See him in arena all the time. I'm sure you see him in arena all the time. If I see him in arena all the time, uh, high resistance and a lot of HP. He's good to go. Tree Ripper. I don't know who that is. Sorry, I got a phone call, but I don't know who it is. No leader skill again. 6-star improved Reap. Reap is right here. Attacking enemy 3 times. Each attack has an 80% chance to inflict mark for 2 turns. At 6-star, it adds a max HP destroy mechanic. Grave Robber passage. Damage increased based on target's missing HP and the max HP destroyed. When defeating an enemy, you will gain stealth for 2 turns, steal 30% of the target's current attack power, and prevent the target from reviving. Definitely a PvP unit because that's where you need to worry about preventing targets from reviving. So this is a PvP guy. Um, PvP needs to be used in conjunction. I wonder if this Grave Robber skill will work when paired up with, like, say, one of the sharpshooters and having them use him in their co-op attack. If his co-op will activate this Grave Robber passive. If it will, that would be a great option. Any of the any of the sharpshooters that will do the crit boost and gang fight skill 2. On to the 5 stars. The Tree Twin Blade is an amazing unit. I do not have one. I know how awesome he is. All the people that own one can bite me, and congratulations, I guess. Arena accuracy, leader skill, that's not what you want him for. 6-star, he gains 15% crit rate. And this is where he comes to shine. His Essence Shift passive. Steal 1 buff effect with each attack and absorb 25% of the opponent's current attack and defense. 5% against boss enemies up to 5 times. He can stack a lot of this. I realize it's cut down against bosses. He is still good against bosses. That's still a decent amount that you are stealing. You are stealing it from them, which means they no longer have that available to them because you stole it. So not only is he helping out the rest of the team by taking this, he's stealing the boss's attack and defense. So he's making the boss more squishy and less powerful for the rest of the team. So this is good unit for everything. PvP, PvE, gray unit. Air slash, attack an enemy, inflict 2-turn defense down, damage based on target's max HP. Air slash, attack an enemy, cast Air Slash automatically on a random enemy. If the target gets killed by this attack, damage based on your attack and defense. You just want to make him nice and tanky, get him crit rate, get him crit damage. He is kind of a little bit of a stat whore. Um, on the plus side, don't really need to worry about giving him a ton of accuracy. I mean, it would be nice for him to get the land of his defense down, but he does not need to. I would worry about resistance over accuracy for this guy because you want him to not get killed off. Um, he might be good with a vampire set, so he keeps sucking up life because he does not have a heal mechanic. Yep. Tree Man at Arms. Improved thrust at 6-star. Looks like he adds a defense down. Probably 2 turns of defense down with thrust. Damage increases as target's HP gets worse. Leader skill is all teammates get a 25% crit rate. That's pretty good. Skill 3, Frenzy Growth. Attack all enemies. Has a 100% chance to remove all buffs and inflict 2 turn of block. Block cannot be applied with buff or blocks debuff removal effect. 2 turns of block. Nice. Intervene, skill 2, grant an ally 2-turn escort and grant yourself 2-turn healing over turn and then gain another turn. Great unit. I have seen him in arena defense. I have not seen him used anywhere else. If there is anybody using him in other places, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Tree Iron Fist. Once she is 6-star, she gains 15 speed, bringing her up to 100. If she gets her stack, she'll be at a 105, just like the other ones. Tree HP leader skill, 42%. Skill 3, Grasp of Earth. Grant other allies 2-turn revive and revive all dead allies. Afterwards, recover all allies by 30% of your max HP. Skill 2, Lift. Recover the HP of an ally by 50% and grant 2-turn defense up, 1-turn immunity. Not bad. Not bad. It's definitely a support unit. Tag an enemy and remove 1 buff with a 75% chance. Damage based on your defense. PvP. Maybe you could use her if you need to in Vegas because of the revive, but there's better options. Better options that have like do more damage. Tree Doctor Evil. This is my farmer. He is fantastic. 33% tree crit rate leader skill. Gains 15 speed once he is 6-starred. Neutron penetration. Attack all enemies 3 times. Each attack has a 100% chance to decrease the target's action bar by 50%. The higher your attack power is compared to the target, the greater the damage dealt. Additionally, you ignore a certain percentage of their defense based on the percentage of their action bar that is missing. And then attack plus action diff, blah, 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 blah. You can try and figure that out, math majors. Knock your socks off. He hits like a freaking just battering ram. He just pops right through things. Absolutely love this unit. He is my farmer. Skill 2, Gamma Ray. Attack all enemies. Has a 70% chance to inflict 1-turn stun and 2-turn speed down. Skill 1, Laser. Attack an enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 50% chance to apply 2-turn blind damage based on your speed. Like I said, he is my farmer. I use him for my boxer dungeon team. I use him for a couple of abyss spreader teams because of the spores. I need the AoEs to eat the spores. Um, yeah, great unit. Great unit. Tree Electromancer. Big bomber, 25 speed lead all around. Gains 20% accuracy at 6-star. Forked lightning, attack all enemies, steal one buff from everyone, and immediately sets off bombs on target. Skill 2, unstable device, inflict a bomb to a target that explodes after 2 turns. Bomb damage equal to 520% of your attack. This ability receives an additional 30% accuracy. Grant an extra turn after using this ability. 3-turn cooldown. Skill 1, shock. Attack an enemy 3 times and increases your action bar by 10% each time the attack lands as a critical hit. Great unit, great arena, great for arena, great for guild content, great for PvP. Great for PvP. PvP unit. Tree Music Queen, another PvP unit. All teammates get 33% effect resistance, leader skill. She gets 20% accuracy at 6-star. Skill 3, Lullaby. Inflict 2-turn sleep to all enemies. Deplete the target's action bar to 0 and decrease other enemies' action bar by 50%. Moonlight, skill 2, attack an enemy, remove all buffs on the target, and inflict 1-turn sleep with a 100% chance once she is skilled up. Skill 1, Dissonance, attack an enemy and inflict 2-turn attack down with an 80% chance. PvP unit, everybody knows what she's like. Um, I don't think there's any dungeons where she'd be effective. Just purely PvP. Tree Sorcerer. Gains resistance at 6-star, 20%. All teammates get 33% defense, leader skill. Primary win, remove all buffs and debuffs on both allies and enemies and increase the action bar of all allies by 30%. This effect cannot be resisted. Fantastic unit all around. Needs to go first just to clean everything off and then get everybody moving and then get the rest of your team going while the other team is all clear of all of their buffs. That is the idea behind this unit. He is a great unit. He needs to be first. He needs to be extremely fast. That's why he is an initiator. Mana Spread, skill 2, attack all enemies and inflict 1-turn silence, damage based on target's max HP. Mana Flow, attack an enemy and has a 50% chance to inflict a 1-turn stun. PvP unit, great PvP unit. Mr. Barbarian. He has an tree 42% defense leader skill. He gains 20% resistance at 6-star. Gravity Presence. The speed of all enemies and allies is limited below your speed. This effect cannot affect units with a similar ability or boss. Decreases the action bar when you attack an enemy according to the damage you dealt. That's cool. I did not realize that part of his passive. Decreases the action bar by damage dealt. That's cool. Savage Rush, skill 2, attack an enemy. The damage increases as your HP gets worse. If your HP is below 30%, this attack ignores target's defense. Smash, skill 1, attack an enemy, inflict 2-turn damage over turn if this attack lands as a critical hit. PvP unit. Free Merc Mom. I love this girl. She is my jug tank. I got her in one of my territory war defenses that completely just ate like all war on Thursday, Monday. It's Wednesday now, so the Monday war. They ate. Like, I will showcase that team next week when I get back into doing territory war. This week we are focusing purely on units, and we're not worrying about anything else right now. We want to get all these units out. She has the all teammates get 33% leader skill, which is why I use her. At 6-star, she gets the improved back swipe. It adds attack bar increase for herself. Attack an enemy has a 50% chance to inflict a 1-turn stun, damage based on your defense. X cut skill 2, attack an enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 80% chance to inflict a 2-turn defense down. Afterward, grant yourself 2 stacks of provoke. Damage is based on your defense. But this is her really cool part. Her Unity passive. Share 20% of the damage taken by other allies. The damage you receive is reduced by 100% of your defense. This effect does not affect the allies who have similar abilities. So she doesn't work with other allies that have this damage mitigation passives, but she she eats a lot of damage, especially to going towards her. She eats a lot of damage. Tree Wandering Monk, 42% defense during guild battle leader skill, gains 15 speed when he is 6-starred. Nature's Order passive, convert action bar reducing effect you receive to increasing effect and decrease the action bar reducing effect other allies receive by 50%. Your attacks deal additional damage that's equal to 156% of your defense power. Penance, remove all debuffs on you and gain 2-turn counter. Afterwards, grant 2-turn healing over turn to all allies. Punish, attack an enemy 3 times with a 70% chance to apply 2-turn defense down on the first 2 attacks. So, good unit. Good unit. Nice and strong. Good for guild content. Good PvP. Psycho Surgeon, another PvP unit. He gets 15% crit rate once he is 6-starred. He has a 33% effect resistance leader skill for all teammates. Aromatherapy passive. This is a pain in the butt to deal with if you don't get hit Oblivioned out. When your turn begins, remove 1 debuff, inability debuff excluded from allies to recover 10% HP. After attacking on your turn, grant 1 turn of immunity to allies without debuffs. Asphyxiating gas. Attack all enemies with a 80% chance to inflict 2 turn of incurable and decrease action bar by 50%. Damage is based on your speed. Attack an enemy has a 70% chance to inflict 2-turn damage over turn, damage based on your speed. This is a very good support unit. He is great with his immunity because it's always going up. He has been the bane of my existence on more than one occasion. Tree Sphere Sage. Only a couple more, guys. 3 more. Tree Sphere Sage. At 6-star, he gets plus 15 speed. He has an arena effect accuracy leader skill that I never see used. Paralysis Dust. Attack an enemy, remove all buffs. Afterward, apply 2-turn paralysis and deplete the action bar of all allies. Illumination. Refresh another ally's cooldown. This ability cannot be affected by cooldown modifying effects and cannot be cast on yourself. Only a 3-turn cooldown, though. That's not bad. Impact. Attack an enemy 2 times. Each attack removes 1 buff on the target with a 50% chance. Tree Specialist. She is a super healer. At 6, she gets an extra 20% accuracy. She has a 33% resistance leader skill. Her skill 3 is Healing Smoke. Spread a special healing mist in our area, granting 2 turns of immunity and restoring an amount of HP to all allies equal to 30%. Equal to yours by 30%. Yeah, the wording on this is a little iffy, guys. For targets with incurable, remove that effect and increase the healing amount by 30%. Any excess healing will be converted into 3 turns of shield. System hacking. Deploy drones to attack, steal 1 buff, and causing damage equal to 20% of your max HP, and applying 2 turns of paralysis. Drone cannot crit or glance and cannot be countered. Skill 1, Gauss Rifle. Attack and launch an electromagnetic projectile to attack an enemy with an 80% chance to apply 1 turn of paralysis. PvP unit. I would I'd say maybe people are using her for the heal aspect and the immunity and the incurable cleanse. Um, if you are, let me know. I don't have this unit yet, um, but she'd be great for PvP. Um, might be good for healing if you need it in dungeons. And then we got the Tree Warners, last but not least. She has a 42% arena attack leader skill. She gains 15 speed at 6 star. And her skill 3, battlefield support, grant all allies 2 turns of immunity, attack up, and speed up. Great skill. Local anesthesia. Attack an enemy, apply oblivion and defense down for 2 turns. All these war nurses, most of them have this, if not all. Injection, attack an enemy and recover 18% of the HP of the ally with the lowest health. She is great in Arena. She is great in Abyss. I love her in Abyss because of this. Get her paired up with one of those cooldown dropping units, and she just keeps this battlefield support going. Um, yeah, she's great there. Great all around. Only a little over an hour, guys. Only a little over an hour. How do you like that? We shaved it down some more. We go for under an hour tomorrow. We go for under an hour tomorrow. That was all of the tree units because this takes us back to the Wisp. So I will see you guys tomorrow with the light units. Uh, if you disagree with anything, any of my assessments, please let me know down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Please give me a like, give me a subscribe. Come hang out with me. If you like my new background, let me know. Let me know. I just got this got this made. Let me know if you like it. Thanks guys. Have a good one.